You know what I'm saying? So, oh my goodness. I love it when there's black excellence around. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you, right here, just right here in the studio with us. I'm telling you, so I got friends that live like Mena, Elgin, and all that.
Right.
know? So you drive through Elgin, right? And then, boom, you drive down the street and you see this mural. And it has these awesome black icons on there. I was like, this kind of stuff make me want to move here. 'Cause you know what I'm saying? I'm in Austin. And I'm driving around. Where we at? Maybe about like 2-3% of us here. I go to Pflugerville. It's 14% of us there. I go to Mena. It's 17% of us there. I go to Elgin. It's like 23% of us there, man. That's where my people is at. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Woo woo! I love it. I just love it. And so this how we gonna do. Mic checks. I want the black excellence from Elgin to chime in and say hello and tell us who you are.
All right, I'll tell you who I am. I am Theresa McShan, the mayor of Elgin, Texas.
Boom.
Yeah, baby.
The mayor.
I got the mayor in the house. Now, McShan. Let me. I thought I saw a McShan on that wall.
You sure did. That was S.H. McShan. He's 91 years old and my daddy.
Oh, oh, what you say?
Yes, sir.
What you say?
He's the first black that has owned a building and property there and still hanging on.
Wow. Wow, that is awesome. 90?
91.
91.
About to be 92 in January.
Wow. And see how wonderful that is to get his flowers now.
Yeah.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
That's right. Yeah.
And the mayor. The mayor.
I mean,
the mayor.
The mayor's his baby girl.
Wow.
he achieved.
Yeah, he achieved. He achieved.
When you're saying that,
Yes.
you're like, oh, by the way, my daughter's a mayor of the city. You just dropped that. You know he dropping that. He starts there. Be like, how you doing? You know, my daughter's a mayor, so
Come on now.
I'm doing great.
Yes.
We talking about you, man.
And so, wow, your daddy was the first who built property, who owned property,
Owned the building.
Owned the building.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. And now
No renting. He owns.
you were first too.
I'm the first black
Wow. To be mayor
of Elgin. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
History.
Wow. History
In the making. It was 150 years. We just celebrated our 150th birthday for Elgin.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm in the time capsule
Hey.
Yes.
that will be opened in 50 years, and my grandbabies and great grandbabiys will be able to see
How awesome.
that I was there.
Wow.
Go say that.
History.
That's Grandma Theresa. That's exactly where they gonna start. That's my grandma.
That's
Right.
my nana.
That was
That's what
going
they
to say, or,
Yeah,
I was going
yeah.
to say, or Nana, or Nani.
Uh-huh.
See? Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes. Let's do some other. Who else do we have here?
Well, hello there. I am Yalisha Love, and I am representing Elgin City Council for Ward 2.
Hey.
City Council.
Yeah.
Yes. And sir?
And I'm Arthur Gibson III, representing Ward 1 in Elgin on the City Council.
Wow.
What?
Wow. Come on now.
Wait.
Come on now.
You done brought all the dignitaries who running the city right now. Hey, y'all done left Jeffrey in charge while y'all done came through. He done messed stuff up. He ain't gonna get no donuts for everybody because I know the mayor probably hook people up.
She does. She does the hot breakfast and everything.
See that? I read that one. I read that
Making
one.
cold cereal this morning.
You can tell she ain't there.
No biscuits and gravy. None of that.
Jeffrey just messing stuff up. It ain't about Jeffrey. We like that you're in charge today. It's like, when she be back? That's what they saying to Jeffrey. I hope the person is not really named Jeffrey because I just made that up.
Okay.
And then he was like, man, that's a little too. What they saying about me?
Well, good morning. You are on the morning grind.
I am Shirley Medlock, and I want to say a shout out to our mayor.
Yes.
Hey.
That's right. Oh my goodness. You
Look
give.
at, we running things down here.
That's what I'm talking about.
Ain't no sideline standing over there in Elgin.
Thank you, Dr. Medlock.
All right, thank you.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. Mayor,
Yes.
what is your why? What's your why? Why you do this?
I do this because I believe I can make a difference. And if I can just help somebody get where they want to go or do what they need to do, then my living will not be in vain. I don't have all the answers. I don't claim to, but I always do my very, very, very best. And my best will be good enough.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Is it a blessing or a burden to have that I'm the first, or is it a blend?
This is a blessing.
I know that's right.
My office, I tell this story all the time. Back in the day, in the 60s when I was born, it was still segregated. And so when my mom had me, January 1st, 1960, my age.
Wow.
New Year's Day.
Yes, we were segregated. And so we have repurposed our hospital at that time to an office building. It's called the Fleming Center. And my office is where my mother was when she had me.
Wow.
So it has become full circle that I was born there and now I'm governing there.
That's her building. Say it ain't. I challenge anybody to say that ain't her building.
I sure say that's my office.
Miss Yalisha,
Yes.
what's your why?
My why is I've always been outgoing spirit, so I'm always community oriented. I am sometimes a people pleaser, but I also am kind of stern. My why is honestly, some builders tried to build something in the neighborhood that I had just purchased.
Wow.
And so it was a lot of organization that was provided by me and a couple other people in our neighborhood, and they were just like, Yalisha, I feel you can do something greater. Like you were able to get these builders to not build right here. I feel you can do something more. And so I'm in the community. I'm on a lot of different organizations in the community. So a lot of people had already knew me, and I was like, you know what? I can go out and make a change. And I do this for my boys too, so they can see like, hey, mommy is out here working.
Yes.
She a mama, she a wife.
Come on.
I'm a cook. I'm a cleaner. I'm doing all this and still got time to do stuff in the community. So I want them to see like, hey, you are a young black boy and I'm raising young black men.
Come on.
To do something productive in the community. And it starts with me for them to see that. So they are my why, and my community is my why.
Mama Love, if I can we go back to the cook part? Let's just say we having a potluck.
All right.
And you're invited.
Okay.
What you hitting us with? What's that dish you bringing?
Oh, my kids love my honey baked barbecue chicken wings because they kind of fried, but they kind of baked at the same time. Yeah.
I wasn't ready for that.
See.
Also, my salmon egg rolls.
Shut your mouth, girl.
Yeah.
Oh, she had to hit us with the honorable mention.
It ain't just about sausage there. It ain't just about.
I was gonna ask. For those who don't know, and it's for those who are out of town, it'll always be Elgin.
Thank you.
Elgin is a Bastrop County in the U.S. state of Texas. Population was 9,784 in the 2020 census. Elgin is also known as the sausage capital of Texas and the brick capital of the Southwest.
Yeah.
Due to the presence of 3 operating brick yards in the mid-20th century.
You got it.
Because, we stream it all over and people may not understand. I want to give them the reference. So thank you for allowing that. And y'all brought Albie Shore. Who's this good-looking gentleman y'all got? Come on, man. There can only be one pretty boy in the studio.
He's a little bit better than that, I'll be sure.
This radio, dog. You ain't got to look that good. Just sound good. God.
Come on, talk to us.
All right. So my why in running to be an elected official was to give back and serve the community that raised me. So the ward that I represent, I've lived in that ward my entire life. Fourth generation in that ward. Ward 1 is a historically black ward.
Come on, talk to us.
And that was my why, to give back to the people who poured into me and poured into my development.
How beautiful.
Poured into my upbringing.
Yes.
So that was my why. And if I can affect change in a positive way and be that light to get people involved and make that happen, that's my why.
Hey,
It's beautiful. I know, it's like, you're around awesome people and you just pick up that vibe. And that's the reason why I like, I used to have to manage in corporate, you know what I'm saying? And so my first, when they do the interview and they come in, and I'll pop that question at them, even if it's, what's your why that you want to work here? Sometimes it's like, I got kids, I need to make some money. Well, that's still a why, you know what I'm saying? But it's beautiful that all of you guys' whys go beyond personal. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a personal thing, but it goes beyond just, me. Yeah. You guys are about community. Yeah. What kind of challenge as a black man being in your position that you might have to deal with or have dealt with or maybe see coming, or are there any challenges for you?
There's definitely some challenges. I'm of mixed race. So
Okay.
sometimes, and sometimes I think that's people of mixed race. It's kind of, you look ambiguous.
Yes.
Some people don't.
Yes.
Like, I get confused a lot for being of Hispanic heritage.
I was getting ready to say that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so, and being in the corporate job that I work in too, I've worked in a bunch of different places, and I'm also in leadership, right? Mm-hmm. And so I've been in different places all over town, like all over Austin, mm-hmm. all over Central Texas. Mm-hmm. Some places that were predominantly Hispanic, mm-hmm. some that were predominantly white, mm-hmm. Whatever that looks like. And sometimes, people expect a certain thing from you based off just your look.
Just your look.
Yeah. They walk
Come on.
up to you,
Talk on
they think, that you speak Spanish.
Yes.
Speak Spanish.
Yes.
So then they, when you say, I don't speak Spanish, they get really upset. Mm-hmm. Also, I've had it the opposite, where people thought I was Hispanic.
Right.
Then I tell them what my actual ancestry is, and then they look at you a little bit,
mm-hmm.
and they start to act funny. So I've definitely had some of those challenges, mm-hmm. and I think it's just something you have to, it comes with the territory of being a leader, and, being in the world that we live in, and you just have to meet it head on.
Yes.
And be that, like I said, you got to be that light, and you got to just represent your community well.
That's right.
So
right.
Those are some of the challenges that I face.
Awesome. I'm prideful of all your cultures that are inside of you.
I thought he was Indian when I first met
See,
him.
I was about to say, hola, mi hermano. I didn't know which way we were going.
She was expecting a little Bollywood or something like that, or native.
Okay, all right.
I thought he was from Afghanistan for a second. I said,
Mayor,
hey.
I'm curious because I don't want to ask him. When he was going for election, please tell me that he just had a bunch of writing on his signs. He didn't put a picture on it too, did he?
No, there was no picture.
Okay,
Alicia was the only one who wanted everybody to know.
Okay, then. So he didn't get it. He didn't get it off of his looks. Then
No, he did not.
All right, then. 'Cause I was about to say
It was character and people who knew he would do a good job.
Yeah, they doing it right out there. I see. But
Pretty girl had to put a picture on there.
Supermodel Love. What was she doing?
Wait, okay, so there's a backstory behind that.
Okay.
So actually, I recently just won my election this May.
Congratulations.
But I ran last year. When I ran last year, so my family is from Elgin. I was not born and raised in Elgin, but my grandma, my grandpa, my grandparents, aunts, uncles, they all lived in Elgin. So I was always in Elgin as a child. I was born and raised in East Austin.
Okay.
So I understand like where people talk about gentrification and stuff and things that are changing. I understand it because I grew up with it. Mm-hmm. But when I came to Elgin about 8 years ago, we decided to buy a house permanently there. And so the first time I ran, I was in the community, but people still didn't really know who I was. Mm-hmm. And so the other guy that I ran against, he was kind of like the same. He had been there a lot longer, and certain groups knew him because he's a veteran. And so when I went door knocking, people straight up told me, white people straight up told me, we're not going to vote for you because I'm going to vote for him because he's a white veteran. Straight up out his mouth.
Wow.
It was a man that lives on my block and told me that. I said, sir, I'm not going to even fight you. You got the right to vote for who you want to vote for.
Yeah,
I said, I'm
right?
not going to fight you for that.
Right.
And so,
You're not to say it. I mean, could he have kept that to himself?
he kinda could've, but sometimes they feel like they just need to, hey, let you know up front. I mean, that is something that, like, we still in Elgin, you know, at the same time.
Yeah.
Still Texas.
It's still Texas.
Yes.
So they got a little bit of privilege that I can't just say, because then I'm the angry black woman.
Yes.
So
Yes.
certain things I can't do.
Understood.
So if people associated my name, my last name, Love, they were like, because there is a Love that lives in Elgin too, but they're not. I think it's about 2 of them, but they are not black. So they thought that I was white, and so people were just like, I'm not too sure who this person is. And so when I say about representation, it really does matter, because unfortunately black people don't vote like we should be voting. And my biggest thing, as I advocated, as I was running both times, we need to go out and vote. Your vote does matter. Your vote makes a change, and it makes a big change. I lost by 5 votes the first time. You want to know why? I got 5 neighbors that didn't vote.
Kidding me.
and they know it, and I got on them, and I told them, don't talk to me for 3 months. We can't talk for 3 months.
And I ain't giving you no sugar either.
No, don't ask for no sugar, no butter, none of that.
You knocked over a couple trash cans, didn't you?
You know what? I did walk by and throw a little trash.
I'm just saying. I'm not feeling so neighborly at this moment.
But I told them, I was like, your vote really does matter. And after that election, I said, so do you feel now that your vote mattered? Did it count?
Yeah.
It did count, right?
Yeah.
So when I ran this year, I said, you know what? I'm going to do something a little different. I put my picture on all my campaign posters. I sure did. And I stuck them everywhere, because everybody was like, Alicia, we love you. I love you too. So they stick it over here. And I went out and I told people, I was like, hey, your vote really does matter. I need you to go vote. And I pushed voting the entire time. I am a registered VDR for both Travis County and Bastrop County.
Okay.
Because Ward 2 for me is part of Travis and Bastrop. So I have both sides. So I make sure that I'm representing both of them well. And I got all the people out there to go vote this time around.
Okay, she did it.
So it was a backstory about that, but yeah, my picture is out there.
Wow.
And you won by a landslide.
Whoa.
I did.
That's
Thank you,
what I'm
brother.
talking
See that?
about. Yes.
See that? Rico Suave, he made sure that he gave her some love, and now we all know that. Appreciate that.
I want us to hold that thought, because it's really getting great. It's really awesome. We are, oh my goodness, we got to give some love to our sponsors so we can continue this kind of conversation going on. He said Rico Suave. And we are back live in the studio. The Dr. John Warfield studio, that is. On KAZI 88.7 FM. We are streaming all over the world on KAZIFM.org. Giving some love to St. Louis. I see you guys in there listening.
Oh.
Yes.
Streaming from the Louis.
Yes. Happy Friday. You are on the morning grind. Hello, are you there?
Yes, good morning.
Good
morning.
morning.
I am so excited that you guys have included the city of Elgin in your program today. And I'm just calling to give a giant shout out to the city of Elgin. And we welcome all of those Austin people
Yes.
to come down here and eat at our restaurant.
Yes.
And most of all, if you're just a little tired of the city of Austin and all that growth and everything that's going on, this is a great place to come. Thank you very much.
Hey, caller, before you go, I just moved to Austin 2 years ago. I'm from the East Coast. Go ahead and tell me a spot. If I'm coming through, where do you want me to go eat at? Tell me one spot.
I want you to come to South Side or to Myers.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
So
And my name-
sorry.
Yes, and my name is Marilyn Jones, and I lived in Austin for 29 years.
Wow.
Hey.
Yes.
Well, thanks for calling in.
We appreciate you.
Okay, thank you. You all have a great day. Thank
You too.
Good morning, Dr. Jones.
She was ready too. Where do you want to go? She said, "Shout out." So, kind of what she was saying. I saw that you guys are growing, and you guys have seen a population boost of 72% since 2000. Mayor, where are you gonna put all those people at?
Well, they're already hanging out. We've got all these homes that are being built by wonderful developers, and you know, everybody talks about that.
Yes.
That one thing, where are you going to put them? Where are you going to put them? Wherever they buy a house is where they're going to be. And I think that we are making big strides and putting things in place for infrastructure, for where they need to be. We're making the right deals so that we can get some extra things, amenities for where they live, like parks, and they have clubhouses and that kind of thing. We're redoing some of the roads right in front of the high school, because that's kind of where most of the growth has gone, is out on the north side, going on the Travis County side. And so I think we're okay. It looks different.
Yeah.
And, you know, different scares people.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
change scares people.
Yes.
I'm excited about the change because I've lived there all my life. And so I can go across the track now and not have to worry about staying on the south side.
Yeah.
I can go anywhere I want to go.
Come on now.
And I think that's, people don't realize that was what Elgin used to be. And so now we are full of culture.
Yeah.
We're full of new art that have come to town. We're full of new businesses that are come downtown. Our downtown is still vibrant. We made it through COVID when most places didn't. And so I think we're doing great.
I like what you were saying about the mix. It looks like the 5 largest ethnic groups I showed was that white, non-Hispanic, 33%, Black or African American, non-Hispanic, 23%, other Hispanic, 20%, white, Hispanic, 17.5, and then 2 or more Hispanic, you know, about 2%. So those are good numbers. Like, that sounds diverse.
Very diverse.
I like it.
I was getting ready to ask Mayor McShan.
Yes.
Can you give us your opinion? What do you think about diversity and inclusion and being the mayor? How does that affect you?
So, as I said, I grew up in the 60s.
Yes.
So I know what it's like to be on the other side and can't go over. And thank God that part has kind of changed for the most part. In Elgin, I believe diversity, we have it because there's all differences. And even, you know, we don't have to always agree with everything. But through one of our events, we included a pride event as well.
Okay.
Everybody needs to be included. I'm not God. I can't judge.
Come on.
And so everybody has the right to be heard, to be seen, and to be loved. I'm a big proponent of taking care of people and loving folks. And so for me, diversity is anything and everything that's different. And to include them is to make for sure no one's left out. Make for sure they all have a part. They have a, excuse me, they have a way to show themselves and to be themselves wherever they are, and to live in peace and harmony.
Wow.
Ms. Marlin wasn't lying when she said Black Excellence was coming up in here today. Mayor McShan, I mean, you came in here with your Tyler Perry special. You got Kabir over here. You got Mama Love over here, and I'm loving you guys' energy. I want to go to Elgin and have lunch later on today.
I know, right?
I just want to hang out. I want to get back to that mural, the Black Icons mural. Mayor, you letting these folks just paint all over buildings and stuff? What you doing out there, man? I could bring some spray paint when I come.
You better not.
Okay, I went too far.
You went too far.
Yes,
you went too far.
Yes, ma'am.
So let me tell you the story behind the Black Icons mural.
Please do.
We have 5 African Americans on that wall. That is my dad's building that they are on. And I was the president of the Main Street Board in Elgin when we came up with the idea of starting to put art around Elgin. And the building is in the historical district downtown. And so I started saying, hey, I want to make a difference and show people history for a long, long time. And of course, my daddy was first on my mind. And then we started thinking about, well, we had done a dedication of benches for some of the other African Americans who had done a lot. So why not put them on the wall as well? And so the first one we have is Harvey Westbrook, who was civil rights and is the one that was instrumental in a suit to make for sure we had wards. We didn't have wards at first. And so we had no way of having representation of African Americans. So he fought that fight. The next one is Annie Lee Hayward. and she was an African American educator. Back in those days, everybody didn't get a teaching certificate. And so when we did integration came along, only those African Americans who had a teaching certificate could go forward and be a teacher. And she definitely was one. And everybody knows her for her education. And the next one, of course, is my dad. He's been an entrepreneur from day one, being a farmer. To begin with, is how we started. We have a farm about 10 miles out of Elgin. And so being raised and being a farmer, he went to barber school because he said everybody needs to have a trade, as they speak. They got to have a trade to do something. And so he went to barber school when I was like 2 or 3 and became a barber.
Wow.
And has been a barber until he was about I want to say 89, and he gave it over to my son. My son is now the barber in that place, and that's his. My father has given it to him. And then the next person is Dorothy MacArthur. She has a jewelry shop. And although there have been some African Americans who have tried to have businesses and had them for a while, my dad and Miss MacArthur are the only two who are still holding on.
Wow.
Yes. And so that says a lot about them. That says a lot about their character and their business sense, because my dad has a good business sense and Miss MacArthur does too. And then the last one is Monty Joe Thomas. Y'all will know him by Pepper. Pepper is on KAZI as well as the Hot Pepper Show.
Yeah.
Her dad was unfortunately has passed, but he was one of the main gospel singers in Elgin around Taylor and the whole bit. Had a quartet, and so when you talked about gospel music, it was Monty Joe. And so he is the last one on that mural. So those people represent what African Americans were in that day. And so that's why they're on that mural. And Jeffrey Biggers was the guy who came from Dallas and painted the mural, and we all got to watch it. It was so neat. He was doing X's and O's. And I'm going like, what in the world have we done? What have we done? And then I started seeing it coming into, it
was a beautiful thing, wasn't it?
Beautiful Beautiful thing. So that's the history of that Black Icon mural.
Now I'm hooked. The mural is located on the historically segregated south side of the tracks at the corner of Main Street and Central Avenue. Y'all need a place. I just gave it to you. That's where you got to go to start with. It was completed by artist Jeremy Biggers with Stem and Thorn in December of 2022 for the Elgin Sesquicentennial?
Sesquicentennial, yes.
I can't even say that the second time around.
That's why I let you say it. I try to say that 3 times in a row.
It sounded like that was a party.
It was a party. We partied all year long celebrating Elgin, and it was that the mural was the culmination of that. So yeah.
I'm curious. Did Rudra and his and his traveling band, were you in office at that time?
Yes. Yeah, during the 150th, yes, sir. I was on the council.
Well, what were your thoughts when this was all coming together? I mean, I'm sure it had to be so exciting for you, for all the out-of-towners. And then at this point, you're like, man, because I apologize, because you're Ward 2, right?
I'm Ward 1.
Sorry, you're Ward 1. I don't know where you are in relation, but all these people coming to town, and you're like, hey, this is my area right here. Get over to my spot, because this wasn't something that I would say a lot of people here in Austin know about. So what do you think drove people to come out and participate? Because this sounded like it was a good party.
No, it definitely was a good party. I think it was all of our tremendous staff and just the community of Elgin that came together to put that up, because it was a year-long event. So we had events every single month, spotlighting our different organizations, our different cultures, everything, and it was big. So everything was over the top for that year. But definitely it was the community coming together and putting Elgin on the map, and Mayor McShan was a big part of that.
Mayor McShan, you and this team, and for those, this is a running joke. I've called him an Indian name. I've called him a Hispanic name. These are not his real names. But since you thought he was Indian, I thought I'd hit him with I did that for you. He may not like me after this, but I did that. I did that for you.
You done gave him all the pretty boy names.
Yeah, I was trying to make sure I covered all. Mayor McShan, I'm so kind of curious here. How do you draw people to town? How do you get them out of the 10th largest city in America? Austin itself is growing. How do we get people to come over and visit? I mean, they may not know you were the sausage capital and what they need with bricks, unless they building a house from scratch. What's the draw?
I hate to jump in, but it's obviously still something going on already, because Austin may be growing, but we're not growing with the black population.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, we're going to Elgin. We actually just had some personalities DJ here that just moved to Elgin about a year ago.
Wow.
You know, they purchased a home. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like him. What's your secret?
So diversity and inclusion.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. There we go.
That's one of the things that I think Elgin, whether they know it or not, you know, because of the new subdivisions that are kind of what we say that new Elgin, but no, it's Elgin.
Yes.
We're starting to try to push the verbiage of stop saying old Elgin and new Elgin and say
Yes.
Elgin community. Okay,
Yeah.
there's no gap. That's all of us. We have a theme that came from our school board. Well, I was about to say my campaign, One Faith.
Always campaigning. Always campaigning.
Always campaigning. Okay, so anyway, we have a slogan that says one town, one family, you know, and it's all about community.
Yes.
And we're all one team, one family, one community. That's what it is. And when you come into Elgin, you'll find that people are so friendly. You know, they're warm. You know, you go downtown and we always have events going on. That's the other thing too. You can find something going on all the time. Yeah, we don't have a movie theater. Yeah, we don't have a bowling ring. We wish we could, but we have a recreation center that is real big. It has things for kids to do all the time. We have parks where we have put gobs of money in on our parks, and we're having new equipment put in as I speak, because I drove by last night and went, ooh, that's going to be good by Christmas. And so we put our efforts into the city. You know, it's not about anybody specific. It's the whole city, and I think that's what draws people when they come. Besides the fact that we do have affordable living when it comes down from Austin to Elgin.
Yeah.
Bam.
Elgin is a little bit
Yes.
more affordable.
Oh,
and then
say
again,
that one more time. It's what?
Elgin is more affordable.
Oh wow.
And I hope Mayor Watson is not listening. But anyway, because they had a rough time last night. I was looking at that. But anyway, it's just that we are inviting.
Yeah.
You know, it's the people. I always say it's the people. It's
Yes.
about the people that come, and even the new people I think that are coming in. They realize, oh, this is like home. This is a small little country town. You know, and we're still in that. And as long as we can keep that and have people being so inviting and so loving when we come in, we will always be the one that this is where I want to come. This is where I want to grow my kids. This is where I want to get in and help and volunteer and do things just like Councilmember Love did. You know,
Yes.
she came in and started working and doing stuff, and she keeps doing stuff. And I think it's because she loves being active, and she draws other people in there. Her personality draws other people in. So when you say Black excellence, it's because we come together as one, and we believe in whatever we do, we're doing it for the community. It's not for us, it's for our community.
How beautiful. We're at that time where we've got to say goodbye. Can you give some last positive words to our listeners out there from all three of you guys? They're like, who's going first?
All I want to do is give a shout out to my mayor. I had to put out the phone. She won recently on Wednesday. Yes, Woman of the Year for Executive Women in Government.
What?
That is one of the highest honors you can get in that, and she won that. So I just want to give a shout out to my mayor, Mayor McShan of Elgin, Texas.
What? Mayor, why didn't you walk? You're supposed to walk in here holding a trophy or wearing the t-shirt.
She's so modest. It's me that got to give it out. She's so modest. It's me.
Someone had to show love.
I show love all the time.
Councilmember Love. And now we turn it over to Moore's Day.
Well, I'd like to echo what Councilwoman Love said. Shout out to Mayor. She's done amazing things. She's an amazing leader, role model. And I also want to shout out Councilwoman Love too. Just because, just like Mayor said, she comes in with a great attitude, brings a lot of people together, just pulling people in. I myself am one of those. I'm always, going with her where we're going, and we do a lot of fun things together. She's really helped me come out of my shell and like grow as a person. So I appreciate that.
Wow. All right. And I want to shout out not only to these two because we're African American, but our council as a whole. It takes a lot to run a city. We have a city manager, but we give the direction. And the fact that we have to stay together and make for sure what direction we go in. I look at other cities and stuff. We don't fight. We don't argue. We come to a point of this is the best thing to do, and we do it. And so for all of you out there who may be looking for somewhere to go, to visit, come to Elgin to visit, but come and stay.
And they hiring people. If you go to their website, you go to their website, they got jobs, they got current job openings, some good jobs. They got a patrol officer, accountant, a patrol corporal, meter reader, human resources clerk, librarian, recreation coordinator, utility billing clerk. They hiring.
See.
And that's because we're growing. So the more we grow, the more jobs we'll have.
Wow. I'm just too excited. I am. Dapper Doug, what kind of positive words can you give everybody before we leave?
I want to talk about unity. And, I appreciate you guys coming in with this good energy. This gentleman showing nothing but a great sense of humor and allowing me to be me with the jokes. But, when he talked, he showed love over to Councilmember Love, and she showed love to Mayor McShan, and we all have a role to play. Like you guys seem like you're a cohesive unit. Even if you're not, you understand the professionalism and what you need to do to get the job done, and we need to do that. You gotta organize, you gotta come together, and you gotta work together so that we all can benefit. And I like what I'm seeing in here, and I just want it for those who are not in the studio, who don't get to see this, and I know you're hearing a thing, but I want y'all to know what I see, and I like what I see. So I appreciate y'all coming in today. Brother, I appreciate your good sense of humor. Mama Love, keep cooking. Keep cooking, because if I pop up, I want to hear some good things, and maybe you might have some leftovers or something. And Mayor McShan, I feel like I want to bow. I feel like I want to take your hand and kiss your hand. I want to say Queen McShan. This is got to be one of my most exciting moments of my life. Because I ain't meet Mayor Keisha Bottoms from Atlanta, but I met Mayor Theresa McShan, and I feel the exact same way. So thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate that.
Woo! I'm just really excited. This is Miss Marla, and what we just experienced is part of my why of what I do here at KAZI. I love it. I love having a platform where we can showcase our people and make others listen and get empowered. Just think of that college student that might be listening who's like, yeah, you know what, I can do that. That person that wants to advocate and they want to do something, but they got inspired by you guys. You know what I'm saying? That's part of my why and what I do and why I do what I do with the community here. And it has, I love it that we have just grown from just city You know what I'm saying? It's the city of Austin, and if you drive too far, you'll lose it. But we know everybody out there in Elgin gonna pull out their they're gonna pull out the apps and the TuneIn app, and they can, because if they listening to us way in DC, y'all can listen to us in Elgin and Manor and Pflugerville and all those places where it seems like we're moving. I'm too excited. I want to thank everybody for coming in. Oh my goodness, I'm like you. I want to bow.
Yeah.
I did kind of bow when I seen it. I was like, oh my God, it's an honor. It's an honor, and we have roots here because we got the Hot Pepper Show, and on Monday, that's Pepper's Day, and on Monday we have 007, and Monty gets down, what I'm saying? She's awesome. So we do have roots, and so it's a beautiful thing, and that's my why, oh my goodness, the people that I have met and the beautiful souls that I encounter and the diversity, what I'm saying, that we experience around here. And I guess I'm talking too much. So I want you guys to spread love, like I say every Friday. Spread love, just like how I spread that African shea butter, baby, all over my body. And we out.